to Money Makes. My name is Callie, and today we are going to be making the ultimate banana bread. So this banana bread hits all the high notes. It's moist, it's soft, it's fluffy, it's absolutely delicious, and you are going to love it. And if there's one recipe you need in your baking repertoire, it's banana bread. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. Okay, so these are the ingredients that we are going to be using in this recipe. I have some brown sugar, granulated sugar, some all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, some cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg. You could really use any kind of warm spices that you have. Some ground cardamom, ground allspice, some cloves would be delicious as well. So whatever you have will do the trick. I have some extra virgin olive oil. You can substitute some canola oil or vegetable oil. Any kind of neutral oil will do the trick, but I love extra virgin olive oil. The flavor is very subtle in this recipe, and so that's what I'm going to be using. I have some vanilla, of course, some buttermilk, salt, a couple of large eggs, along with 1 egg yolk, and I have some bananas, some really old bananas that I have mashed up really, really finely. The uglier and the older the banana, the better, the more sweetness it's going to provide. So let's get right into it. First things first, get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Mine is nice and hot and ready to go. Now, I'm just gonna shuffle a few things around here, and we're gonna combine all of our dry ingredients. So that includes our flour, baking powder, baking soda, our spices, and to this, I'm gonna add in some salt, some kosher salt, of course. And I'm just gonna give this a really quick whisk just to get everything nice and incorporated. Okay, this will just take a second here. Ooh, I can smell those spices already. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna set this aside. Now we're gonna work on our white ingredients, which of course includes both types of sugar. And to the sugar, I'm gonna throw in my eggs and my egg yolk. So what this extra egg yolk that we're adding into this recipe is going to provide is just some extra richness, which of course is always welcome in any kind of dessert, especially one like this. So I'm just gonna mash up some of this brown sugar with my spatula. I'll probably end up switching over to my whisk shortly. Okay, and you know that this banana bread, just from the ingredient list alone, is going to be moist, and that's because of the buttermilk and the oil. I'm just a staunch believer in oil-based cakes. They just provide such a great texture that you really just don't get from butter. So that's what I'm gonna add. And I'm just gonna break up some of these brown sugar clumps with my whisk here. Okay, perfect. So next, I'm gonna throw in my extra virgin olive oil, wherever that is. So that is going in. And I do understand that extra virgin olive oil is not for every and all desserts, but I recently made an olive oil cake, which I do have a recipe for. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you're notified when that recipe is available if it's not already. And I just kind of had the idea of, like, you know, I always use some kind of neutral oil in my banana bread when I use some extra virgin olive oil. I love using extra virgin olive oil. I love the flavor. It's so good for you. So I just decided to switch that out for the neutral oil. That's absolutely delicious. So I'm glad I did that. But again, use whatever you have. Okay, so this looks good. I'm gonna throw in my vanilla along with my bananas. Whoa, sorry. Don't wanna break that cup. Okay, looking good. So I'm just gonna mix this until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Okay, so to finish this off, I'm gonna go in with my dry ingredients along with my buttermilk, and you are gonna be hard pressed to find a cake recipe of mine that doesn't have buttermilk. I love buttermilk. It just provides such a great flavor. I think sour cream adds a really delicious, I meant to say texture, not flavor. Sour cream also provides a really delicious texture, but you know, it's just hard to beat buttermilk in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna actually switch over to my spatula and try to not make a mess here. I'm gonna combine this until it is nice and smooth and creamy, and then we're gonna finish up. Okay, so now that my batter is ready to go, I have my loaf pan here that I've just greased with some butter or nonstick spray, either will do, and lined with some parchment paper just to ensure nothing sticks, and I'm just gonna add my batter into the loaf pan. So here we go. And then next, like I said, my oven is already preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I am just going to bake this in the oven for about 50 minutes to an hour. You'll know when it's finished when you insert a skewer or a knife into the center of the banana bread and it comes out clean, or with a few crumbs is fine as well. So almost done here. I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and then I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how absolutely moist and fluffy and amazing this banana bread really is. So I'll see you then. Okay, so an hour and 5 minutes later, and this is what you get. You get this beautiful banana bread that's soft, it's moist, it's fluffy. I checked on it while it was baking in the oven at about the 55-minute mark, and it definitely needed a little bit more time. So be sure to just keep an eye on it while it's in the oven. And it is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for you to make this recipe. So as always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, MiniMakes.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make this banana bread. I promise you're gonna love it, and let me know what you think because I love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.